Hello there, guys. Wow, I can actually sit on my sofa. Um, I can't usually just chill out on my sofa. I've got my glasses on. Well, I've still got my glasses on. Just let you guys come in a moment. Let us know who's here, who's watching. Unless you subscribe to my notifications, then you won't get notification that I'm live. So you know, because obviously I haven't got it planned at the moment because we're working in proactive and reactive. So hello Oliver, I can see that Oliver is here. It doesn't actually let me know up here how many people are here. Like now it says one, and I can see that Oliver is watching. So if you can just give us a wave, give us a hi, let us know he's here, because this is really important. And what I don't want you guys to say to me in 2 weeks time is I didn't know I would have come. um, wow, we could have really have done something. I don't want you to be in a situation that you didn't know that you had this opportunity, and this really is one big shot. What was it Eminem said? You got one shot. And we really, really do, for everybody, really. It doesn't matter whether you have been wrongfully detained, whether it be arrested, in sectioned, you know, whether your children have been taken, whether you've been failed by social services, whether you've been failed by the benefit system, whether you've been failed by laws or work, we have an opportunity right now to put all of the pieces of the puzzle around a circle. So I always said this would be a circle, guys. So we've got a circle, and in that middle of that circle, I will show you a piece of paper that I wrote once. It's probably in the cupboard, and literally I put the EU and the UN and everything in the middle, and then I went around, and then I went around, and then I went around, and then obviously we've got the people. So I've shown you on camera today. So I've literally went out this morning. I've had a lovely day. Thank you so much, guys, for giving me the opportunity today to go out and survey the area today, because me and the boys had an absolute wonderful day. We ended up at the back of the D-Day Museum in the water fountains with my little boys running around completely and utterly naked. You know, they took their clothes off, and then they decided nappies were coming off, and they've just been running around for, you know, my battery went at the end. So one thing I'm going to have is plenty of chargers. So other guys, please make sure if you are coming that you have got plenty of backup chargers with you, because there is places you can go and charge. I'm saying to people where to go. I've spent the whole day today literally coming from where I live now. Now, the guys, the anti-campaigners, are actually going to be over this side of Portsmouth at the main civic hall. So they're going to be holding down the main civic hall because it's a weekday, and obviously a lot of people are still going to be at work. It's going to be a completely closed event. So it's completely perimetered. So I'm talking about D-Day event. So basically a bunch of soldiers went to war for a bunch of things that we know the truth about: minerals, gold, oil, religion, politics, uh, egos, who owns what, land. And obviously, we, the British people, if Germany had won that war, would all be blonde hair, blue eyed. And obviously, us brown, mousy people still exist, green eyes still exist. Um, and but the war was actually won by a bunch of mathematicians. But my issue is that the Monty statue still sits outside Downing Street and still sits here in Portsmouth. And Monty was a paedophile. There is a documentary that talks about over in the war how the comrades and that used to take the 12-year-old soldiers, and obviously there wasn't this you went to war when you were 18 back then. It was if you were old enough to pick up a gun, mate, you went to war. So there was the young boys that we used as their sex, so fuck them and pump it out, and I'm talking quite brutal about this because that's what it was. It was a very aggressive, I'm going to war, mate. A lot of women will know that if you're in a relationship with a man, there will be times when they will literally want to grab your hair and completely rag you, and that's a completely natural thing for a man who's going out to fight to do. And they used to use boys to do this. So a lot of the soldiers are actually very damaged people. One, PDS have seen a lot of stuff, a lot of killings, a lot of wars. So we want to be really, really, really respectful to these people, because they did fight for our freedom. They did fight for the fact that we as British people can go and stand outside our gates here in the UK and do what we do, because over in other places, we'd have been beheaded, shot, do you know what I mean? So we do have the freedom of speech, but we're gagged. I'm gagged. Now, I can go further than pretty much every person that is watching me, because not only am I a mother who's had her children taken by the state and been given draconian gagging orders, I was a child who grew up with a uncle. I call my brother because I was originally force adopted by my nan, and I grew up with my aunts and uncles being my brothers and sisters, and my mum being my sister for some period of my life, and then I went back to my mum and my dad. I know I ramble, but connect the dots, it all comes together. Step Up Britain, unity in the community, everything that we're doing. And if you're still here, then you obviously believe in something that I do, or you're just here to sabotage. I don't know. Or you just think I'm crazy. In fact, somebody asked if I was on something today. I said, yeah, roller boots. In fact, I've still got me roller boots on. I haven't taken them off yet. My neighbours downstairs must go mad with me. Yeah, so basically what I'm asking is, if you carry a banner, roll it up and stick it in your bag. Come with whatever wristband that you stand for. Bring some face paints, bring some sandwiches, bring some flasks, bring some bottles of water, bring some blankets, bring a swimsuit. If you've got a red bikini, even better. In fact, they can't move lifeguards, by the way, guys. So if we have any lifeguards out there, they've got more grounds than anybody on this weekend. So if we know any lifeguards, please perimeter. That would be great. And yeah, come and have a picnic with us. What I'm basically saying is to meet me at the tree. So today on the video, I've taken a load of photographs, and I've shown you, and I've put maps up, and I've shown you the whole of Portsmouth. What I'm asking for is a swarm group. I'm asking for a flash mob. I'm asking for a rig. I'm asking for a van that can be near us. I'm asking for a DJ sound system. I've spoken today, so literally today I have gone all the way around. I think I'm being asked. Okay, so the day of the event is on the 5th. It's here. So basically, Donald Trump is coming to the UK for the big D-Day event, and all of our MP, so Theresa May, all of her little staffies that sit on the panels and of traffic, social services, the roads, sweep cleans, all that sort of stuff. So basically what is made up is our government and our parliament, the EU, United Nations, and our Queen, and all of the royals are all going to be on procession during this time. So the procession is going to go from London, and then they're going to get in their cars, and then they're going to drive down the A3. So they're going to drive from the route that I do to London. So there's only one way in here. This is an island, and we're at the bottom. So I told you what was coming. So Cole Grant, you should be on it. Mark should be on it. The XR guys should be on it. The red vests, the yellow vests. Red vest, yellow vest. Oh, is that one of my babies? Oh, it's one of my babies. Oh, darling. Come here, sweetheart. Come here, darling. In fact, I might just stand here until he goes to sleep first while I talk to him. No, I'm going to go lay down. So basically all these people should be on it, because we can go complete and utter checkmate if we want to. Like, when I say checkmate, I mean, where's your bottle, sweetheart? Oh, where's your bottle? Can't really do that when I've got roller skates on. Down there. Oh, I'm going to have to go get it. Oh, oh God. Not good, oh God. Trying to do it with roller skates. I'm going to stay live, because I'm a mum. That's what I do. It's who I am. And this is the joys of motherhood. This is the things that people don't see. And I was going to put you down. I'm still going to talk to you. So today I've been with the kids. And we've been down what's classed as Castle Street. And Castle Street is like starts where like the main pubs will go. The police have actually been positioned down there today, and literally the police line starts from there, and then they petition around, and then you're basically onto Southsea Common. So I've shown you all of the trees where I would love to see, because don't forget, you haven't just got what's going on, you've got the people that are there, you've got people on social media, people taking photographs, people getting involved with the day. You've got people going past. So the yellow ribbon guys, I think that is change your back. I think that's Sam and all of that. They're the ones that put the yellow balloons and the yellow ribbons out. What I would like for them to do is where them trees are, I would like for them to go and put yellow ribbons all the way down those trees for all of the stolen children of the UK. Other campaigners, where's nappies? Other campaigners, obviously. Oh, he's getting up again. I might have to cut out. I'm going to sort of like show her out for a bit. If I'm finding nappies, it'd be fine because I can. Oh, they're in there. Oh, shake roller skates. Yeah, so yellow ribbons all the way down there. So many people are going down and they're reading cards and messages for our children, and I'm talking about everybody. So even if you were taken during the German wars, Nazis, Jews, even if you were through the historic times, if you were through social services, it doesn't really matter, and come and tie a ribbon on these trees and with your children's names and a message, and hopefully if we can get one of the stolen children of the UK banner. And actually what I should have done when I was in Cardiff was explained what I was up to David, and got the megaphone and the Scott banner and seen if he would have let me put this up, because basically across there we can put the stolen children of the UK, and we can put all of the yellow ribbons across, so it's going up to the park. So literally every parent that's going up to the park will see this, and this could be at doctors, it could be, don't forget, people are going to be travelling like all the way around from like Normandy, the UK, everybody in the UK. Chances are that all of a sudden Aaron and Faith's doctors could say, hey, let's take you to, you know, this big event, and could turn up, do you know what I mean? So you never know. And then when we get down to the park, I want to have a bit of a family area, and I want to take the bench before anybody else gets there. It's the bench, and so all of the children are able to play and be in the sand and things like that. And we've also got a proper gate around them, so they're safe from the road. And then we can have just slightly on the other side of it, so we've got the fence, people who are going to sit there with food and tables and things like that. And we're going to keep it very, very family until getting up to the front. And if we could have lots of different people positioned going forward, so we've got yellow jackets taking the extra security, looking very official. Hopefully, if you can afford to put I'm stepping up for Britain, or even if you're a legal advisor or something like that, just something that confuses the council. Makes you look a little bit official, be a bit official. Even a message out there to all the peace police. So we do actually have uniforms and things like that. For, I'm just going to see if he falls asleep. Love you. The peace police and stuff like that. So we could do with them guys uniforming and coming down. We could do with Empowerment Mondays getting involved and coming and taking off down here on Monday, and literally starting, because obviously this is a weekday. I don't know why I've got my glasses on. I'm still on roller skates. I'm going to have to take them off at some point. So if you look at the picture, so let me explain again. It's a big common that's divided in three. So you've got common on one side. So as you come down Castle Street, so Google Castle Street, you've got a little cafe, and then you've got a nice little thing of rows of trees. So what I would like to do is have the Stolen Children of the UK banner in yellow, and lots of yellow, bright, happy ribbons, along with our children's names of all the children that have been stolen by the UK. Little messages, little things, and basically somebody who can sit there with a chair and a flyer and talk very nicely. So don't, at the end of the day, the message that we're saying is our soldiers didn't go to war for this. So as long as we keep it in line for D-Day, and they didn't go to war for this. They didn't go to war for this. They didn't fight for this. This is what our soldiers fight. And also, social services actually came out of the war. It was there to help people that had basically lost their homes, lost things, gone through challenges, and it was there to help people, and it's become a hindrance. So what I'm aiming for is to be very respectful. There's going to be 2 big screens up on the park, and that's all governed by the council. Now, the quarantined area is governed by the Ministry of Defence. So there's going to be armed police all the way around. There's going to be armed police in, and there's going to be armed police moving around. They're already up there. They're already on ahead. I've spoken to some of them today. I've been very, very straight on what it is that I'm doing. I'm basically saying, just give me 3 minutes. Either give me 3 minutes or take 3 minutes. Now, I have been informed that the DJ that was playing while we were at the park today was louder than their equipment. So if that DJ that was at the park today could please let me know whether or not this equipment is available and has sound equipment. If anybody has any sound equipment of this volume, I need it for 3, 5, 10, 7, 14 minutes. And literally, as soon as they finish their minute of silence, I want to completely intervene on this and go louder than their mic goes. I don't want to mess up anything that they've worked years for, because the Portsmouth people have looked forward to this procession and family time and community time for many, 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 many years. But because of Donald Trump and because of the way it's going, it's been taken over and perimetered down, and because of the Queen. And it's not about these people, it's about the people who fought a long time ago. Yes, she's the Queen of the Army. Yes, they are the political head of the states, but only because we, the people, allow it to be that way. And it doesn't need to be that way. So, we've got a whole round unit. Some parts are going to be locked down, some parts aren't. I've spoken to the castle, and the castle is not even open. And what they're saying to me is, at night time, it's being really locked down. So, what I'm saying is if we can have one of the XR rigs, that would be great, as long as I have your platform. What I'm saying is don't outcast and don't overshadow the actual event, but take the opportunities in between. Loud, hard and fast and strong messages, and wear our messages, and make sure everything. I've got somebody driving down at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and as long as we've got the money, we've got a load of stickers, is literally going to put the stickers all the way down, because there's going to be people drifting and they'll see them, and it will hypnotise, particularly his wife, and they'll see them, and on the bridges and banners, and we've got stuff ready to go. David needs about 70 quid, and then he can get the software that's needed for all the printing ready to go, and he's got a load of material that, that man hasn't even got food in his fridge, for fuck's sake. He's got a bottle of fucking milk in it and a lump of fucking butter that it's probably been in there for ages. His cupboards, he's got loads of little nutty things, and, yes, he keeps his rent going, yes, he keeps his basic minimals going, but he's literally put about £500 into this website for Faces of Forced Adoption, which is also for long-term foster care, and we are going to bring in everybody else. Faces for Forced Adoption crackbook page, he is admin for, but he has the website domain, the copyrights and everything. So anyone was doing my life, a lot of that's going to charity. So what I'm basically saying is the event has been taken away from the people, so let's bring some community spirit, let's bring some entertainment, let's bring a really strong message, let's bring a lot of us, and let's actually, Trump's got a good message. It was a really good message. I know it was written by me, but let's put the greats in Britain and be the great people, and come down and have some fun, have some food, have a picnic, and let's, between the lot of us, also just see what needs need to be met within all of us, And between the lot of us, I'm sure some of us have more of something that somebody needs, and somebody has something that they don't need anymore that actually would be really valuable and really important to somebody right now. And we can have a bit of a swap shop and network and connect up and talk about how we're going to deal with July, um, how far we want to go. But we can send a really, we don't even have to do anything right now other than our presence be really known, because whatever banner we decide at intervals to carry or put up, then it will be reported by the media. Spotted Portsmouth will pick it up. My pages will pick it up. Your pages will pick it up. There's 7 billion people on Crackbook. We've got Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and literally we can work this all day, even over the weekend if you want. We can camp up, we can pitch up. We've got 2 weeks to get this going and plan it. So if you're going to be involved, PM me. We'll put together a group together. I'll get some group events out. Amber's already on it. I'm emailing people already. I'm pushing already. I'm speaking to people. So far, none of the community are doing anything. They've all been told, stand down. This is a real thing, and that's it. So let's lead the way. Let's make this community. Let's bring people out. Let's make awareness. Let's let people understand the problems, but how we can move to the solutions, and let's be the solution. Bring the solutions forward. And if they don't listen, then the gates don't open. Simple as that. There are what they call punch-through gates. They're called kick gates. So some of the gates, I think it's every 7 gate, every 7 around it is, I think maybe. Every 7th gate is what's called a kick panel gate. I know. And basically, if the shit hits the fan, they can go through what are called safety gates. So there is actually going to be a car in there. And then what they do is they literally take them through the kick gates. And so maybe not every 7 panel. And also there's going to be, I can't think what they actually call it. It's a different division because it's coming in from Normandy, and because obviously on the 6th, which is actually D-Day, they're going off to Normandy. So they're literally sailing across from here, and there's a big thing going off and stuff like that. Have a great night, Oliver, whatever you're up to tonight, and I'll catch you soon. Hopefully you'll come down too. So please remember, I'm going to be floating. I cannot be responsible for anybody. There's lots of people down here. I will put people in places so you know what you're doing, even if you're on your own. We've already got somebody coming with physical conditions. I already know of 5 people coming already. I already know about 15 people that we've got from here. I know XR are going to be there. I know the Portsmouth division are going to be there. I know the youth are going to be there. So if we can literally get some flags up and let people know these points, then even if you are on your own, as long as you are one of us, mate, then, there will be a safe zone, first aid kits, all that sort of stuff. If you haven't got money for food, that's fine. Between us, we will make sure everybody's fed. Between us, we will make sure everybody's got, travel back. Between us, we will make sure everybody is safe. But I've got to float around, and I'm also asking for help with my kids as well. So I've had 2 people help me, parents, to do a couple of little bits that I couldn't do with the kids. And yeah, there's no reason why we can't really, really do this. It's easier than we think. If it had been a closed place, it would have been quite impossible, and we would have had what me and Hayden had, where we had a really small window when David Cameron came out on his election night, and Hayden was on one side. We didn't have any megaphones or anything. Hayden was on one side, and I was on the other. And we were going, halt, halt, halt the adoption drive, halt, halt, halt the adoption drive. And that's upstairs. And really hammering it in, because what you've got to remember is these people have used all forms of psychology. MK Ultra gets used, NLP, and they really work on their mindset. So in order to change somebody's mindset, you've got to change someone's heart. And the only way we can do that is visually. So Faces of Forced Adoption, please, whatever issues are with me, you have an opportunity to do something. You don't even have to sit with me, but I am going to be moving around. I am going to be doing a documentary. We've got an opportunity with Rain Dance Film Festival to put a film together on the 3rd and 4th to the 5th of July. But don't forget this. And we're going to be taking all the edits and putting all this together to get an awareness video out there on the film festivals about the failure. And ultimately, that this is state kidnap. This is very draconian, and this is very kings and queens and castles and pawns. And so, yeah, checkmate. We can if we really want to. So I'm going to be around. I'm going to do some research, mapping it out. It's been quite funny today. I've been quite militarified as I've been going around counting things, watching things. I need an information table. Yes. This is the other thing before I go. As you'll know, myself and she's not a parent who's had a child taken. It was actually the person who came forward to say that me, Aaron, and Faith could go and live with their family, and they offered us a room in their home, and to be like a sponsored family for me, Aaron, and Faith, and the boys. And she has two boys herself and a husband, and she's a social media marketer and expert, and she's basically set up with me Families Reunited UK. So we've actually been restoring families for about 3 years now, and we had a really big one recently where we put out to find this family, and they were reunited really quickly. And we want to get really bigger, and I believe that the best way, and also because we're right at the perimeter of France, we get to talk about the fact that people have run away to France as well. So as long as we're informative, as long as we're educating, as long as we're bringing solutions, as long as we can show how we're helping and to restore families, that's what the devil wants. He wants to, get rid of broken families, not rid of broken families, but wants to break families. I don't really want to talk about my religion and faith at the moment because I've got some stuff going on that's a bit deep, and I always go through a couple of belief system changes, so I'll leave that one to me. So, but basically, if you can get here now, so Hannah's been down, and Hannah's brother used to work at the naval base, and Hannah knows the whole perimeter of the naval base, which obviously is where Donald Trump is going to go. And that's probably where a lot of the cars will be kept. They've got a couple of ships coming in. They've been doing a lot of safety things. I could do with going backwards and forwards down and taking photographs and measuring what's going on and the level it's going at. But if somebody else can get here to do that, if Paul's around, that would be absolutely brilliant, because I'm just reading, why has SS never done the sponsored family studies? Well, Portsmouth, let me get this flyer up. Portsmouth is changing. I thought so. So, this is Family Support Project. It's a new thing run by St James's, and it's basically now to support families to make your life better, opportunities to find free activities as a family, need help to talk about your family and plan changes, no waiting times, no forms. No forms. Yes. And also another Navy wife has moved down to Portsmouth, up from my old way actually, and she started another company down here that's going into schools helping people prior to social, so prior to Section 47s and things like that. I am moving on my roller skates. I find this so much easier as an EDS person, as well. So I have got roller skates on. I'll tell you what, if I was branded up and I had like all the stuff on my back, it'd be really funny, because I get so many comments and so many stares and so many people interacting with me, because I'm a mother out with a double buggy and 2 kids on roller skates. So as they're watching the back of me, I should have a massive big red X on my back, but because I'm managing the flat and the bills and trying to get to these things, and I'm putting a lot of money at least once a month, 2 months, 3 months to go somewhere. It's not that easy to do this stuff. So, I mean, I only ever got a t-shirt because Mick made it for my committal to prison. That was my Home for Christmas one. So, yeah. So, I don't want to ramble too long, because I watch my statistics and I know, one, people have mobile phones. They don't have much credit. That's why I do Crackbook and put this out onto YouTube, because not everybody can watch YouTube videos. Not everybody's on a laptop. So I get that, so lots of short interval videos, that's fine. And I'm going to try and get set up properly. But at the moment, my entire focus is on Donald Trump. Just to remind you why. Why is my focus on Donald Trump? My focus is on Donald Trump because of this. So if you can see the date down there, well, I'll tell you the date. The 5th to the 7th of October, 2012, Excel London. And everybody who's discrediting me and stuff like that, come on. Fucking 3 days, for we're actually down there 5 days. You don't think I didn't used to interact and talk with these people and have Indians and dinners and stuff with them? Of course I did. You know, and you know, just because somebody's bankrupt, most rich people have been bankrupt. You do it. It's just a strategy. You really think somebody that rich really knows what bankruptcy is. So anyway, I don't want to ramble, and I know I do ramble, and I'm a bit of a waffler and stuff like that, and I really need to get a lot of this out of my head because I can think about this on many different levels, and it's up to you guys. So what I'm basically saying is, come to the tree. Let's start the day out. Let's pitch up. Let's get there early. Let's get where we want to be. Let's grow as we're there, because there's things that we can maybe do. We've got printers local. We've got people local. If people have got laptops and stuff like that, we can probably put calls out and start doing stuff. And we've got an opportunity to come together and talk off Crackbook, talk offline, talk off of a protest, because initially, you know, but if you actually do think about it, you've got 2 weeks to make your own personal banners, roll them up, stick them in your bag, come along, and then when we say go, then literally we all swarm off. Some people will take the camp and the banners, other people will take positions and post, people will know where they're going, and then literally during that time we will be stood one by 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 one. I'm going all day. By one 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 by one. And the more that we stand one by one by one by one by one, then we will stand as one big voice. And if we're all on the same page and we're all on the same thing and we all want the same thing, then this should be really good. I'm sure we all want to look after our planet. I'm sure we all want the best for animals, and I'm sure we all want the best for the human beings and for aliens if they exist, robots, whatever. You know, I'm sure we want a better future for our kids. I'm sure we all want to thrive. I'm sure we all want to live in a peaceful world. I'm sure we all want, you know, to feel safe on the streets. I'm sure we all want to, you know, have a good service and needs met and all that sort of stuff. So we have a chance to totally overturn government if we really wanted to. For fuck's sake, we could go completely boolally vigilante, and I'd be willing to do that. You know, if I had the right team, of course I would do that. Of course I would want to take our country into a better space for us all. Of course I would. Why would you not want to do that for your country? You know, I love my country. I love the people of the world. I don't like what people are doing to people, and I don't really have much else to do other, you know, I'm a mum, and I don't really like the world and the education system. I like, even today, you know, people are having to go 2 miles out from school and getting 4th or 5th choice on schools because of the education system. And you know, and the infrastructures are not in place. We don't have a good system in place, and people are falling through the cracks, and people, you know, do have some questions and haven't been given the whole sets of how to do stuff. And sometimes life is a little bit challenging for some people, and little things could make big differences in people's lives. And you know, we could all do something to assist somebody in some way, even if it is a smile or just being a little bit friendly, and we don't have to hinder people, and social care is hindering us. And so please join me, come down and be a voice. I really want to go out. I want to go down to the beach party, and I really wish I had the van, to be honest, because then I could be parked down there and the kids could be in their own world, fast asleep, while I jam with a few people and have a bit of a chat and a sing-song. And yeah, and we can do this as well, guys. So if you come down the night before, we can have a bit of a beach party. I'll come down. I'm obviously going to sleep wherever the boys need to be that night, so I might come down or I might stay down there with you. I think I've got a tent. I think I've just got a broken pole which can be sorted. So yeah, so if you XR are going to be down here anyway, so as long as you know, we've got somebody there that oversees my safety and my boys' safety. I very much doubt I'm going to have Dean's support, but he's always watching in some ways. He's like this. He like presses my buttons because he just likes to push me a little bit further, but you know, that's what husbands do, innit? So yeah, I'm going to sign out, try and clear this house up. Liam will be back in a minute, make a brew even though my kettle's not working, and yeah, hopefully I will see as many of you as possible. You will know me by my red X, and yeah, help David out by getting a banner, a wristband, and I'm ready to collapse. It's going to be a good day, guys. Really good day. I'll let. That was my life with Liam and Daniel. And obviously, my 4 kids before. I turned into this, iron-fisted woman, as I got called today. So anyway, it is a revolution. It's a revolution with yourself. Take back your high mind and soul. And I'm out of here because I'm so tired, guys. I'm going to veg out and watch a film for a bit and get some website stuff done and be on social media, and I'll spill you soon.